Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's tutorial we are going to learn how to make these super cute baby mittens. For today's project I'm going to use this warm and soft yarn from the brand Ganga Acrovals, and it is a DK weight yarn. And for the needles I'm going to use these UK number 9 or 3.75 millimeter straight needles. I'm using straight needles because we are going to knit the mittens in flat and later on we will sew them. We are going to start off by casting on 36 stitches. For the cast on I'm using long tail cast on method. You can use any method that you are comfortable with. If you are interested in learning how to do the long tail cast on method, I have done a full tutorial. I will leave a link to it in the description box. Here I have finished casting on 36 stitches. Now let's go ahead and start working row number 1. So for row number 1 we are going to start working in 1 by 1 ribbing. Slip the first stitch. So slipping the first stitch gives us a really clean edge. So slip the first stitch purlwise and then take the working yarn to the back, as we are going to do a knit stitch next. So insert the needle knitwise like so. You're going to wrap the yarn around and then pull through. So that is a knit stitch. Now bring the working yarn to the front and then insert your needle purlwise into the next stitch and then wrap the yarn around and pull through. So that is a purl stitch. Again, yarn to the back, we're going to do a knit stitch, yarn to the front, next is purl stitch. So we are going to alternate between a knit stitch and purl stitch for this entire row and continue to do that till the end of the row. So here I have the last 2 stitches. I'm going to purl the second last stitch and we are going to finish off with a knit stitch. So with that we have completed knitting row number 1. Now turn your work and we will start working row number 2. It is exactly same as row number 1. Slip the first stitch purlwise, take yarn to the back, and the next you can see it is a knit stitch. You can see that small V on the bottom that indicates that it is a knit stitch. So knit that, and next you can see there is a purl stitch. Purl that again, knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1, and continue to do that till the end of the row. So here I have completed row number 2. Now we are going to continue to do the ribbing for 2 more rows. So here we have completed the 4 rows of ribbing. Now we are going to start doing row number 5. For row number 5 we are going to start off with slipping the first stitch. So slipping the first stitch remains stagnant throughout the tutorial. It gives a clean edge, so we are going to do it every single time. So slip the first stitch purlwise, take yarn to the back and knit 1. Next we are going to do yarn over, knit 2 together. So bring the working yarn to the front as if you are going to purl the next stitch, but instead of purling we are going to knit the next 2 stitches together with the working yarn still on the front. So insert your needle through the next 2 stitches together like so, and with the working yarn on the front you are going to wrap it around and knit those 2 stitches as one. So that is a yarn over, knit 2 together. Let's quickly look at this close up again. working yarn to the front, and then we are going to insert the needle through the next 2 stitches together like so, and with the working yarn on the front we are going to knit those 2 stitches as one, that is yarn over, knit 2 together. So we are going to continue to do yarn over, knit 2 together for the rest of the stitches. So here we have the last 4 stitches remaining. I'm going to do yarn over, knit 2 together, and for the last time we are going to do yarn over and knit these last 2 stitches together. And with that we have finished knitting row number 5. So the yarn over creates these small loops, you can see. Next we are going to work row number 6. So slip the first stitch purlwise, take yarn to the back, and this is the yarn over from the previous row, you can see. So you are going to insert your needle knitwise and knit through the yarn over as you would normally knit a knit stitch. Next you are going to knit the next stitch. Again there is a yarn over, we are going to knit that, knit the next stitch, and again the yarn over stitch. So you are going to continue to knit through all the stitches till the end of this row. And here is the last yarn over. I'm going to knit that and knit the last 2 stitches as they are. And so we have completed knitting row number 6 as well. So the yarn over creates these holes on the bottom. Now turn your work, and for this row we are going to purl through all the stitches. So slip the first stitch and then purl through all the stitches. So we have completed knitting row number 7. Next you are going to turn the work and knit through all the stitches. So from here we are going to start working in our stockinette stitch. So for that you are going to knit through all the stitches on the right side. So the right side is the side which has these V stitches, if you can see. And if you turn your work, you have these bumps on the other side. So this side is going to be the wrong side where you are going to purl through all the stitches. So next we are going to do knit through all the stitches, and on the wrong side purl through all the stitches, and continue to do that until your work measures about 2.5 inches. So I'm going to lay my work on a flat surface and then measure it using a measuring tape. So it is about 2.5 inches. I'm happy with this length. If you want to make it a bit longer, you can add in a few more rows. Next we are going to start decreasing stitches to shape the mittens. So let's go ahead and start. So slip the first stitch, and then we are going to do knit 2 together. Insert your needle through the next 2 stitches and then knit them as one. Next we are going to knit 13. So count and knit 13 stitches. And then after that we are going to do SSK. So knit 13 stitches first and then we are going to do SSK. So for doing that you are going to slip the next 2 stitches without knitting. insert your needle and slip the stitches like so, and then you are going to pick up these 2 slipped stitches with the help of your left hand needle and knit them as one. So that is SSK. Next, knit 2 together. Next, we are going to again knit 13 stitches. Knit 13. And then here we have the last 3 stitches remaining. We are going to do another SSK. So slip, slip, pick these 2 slipped stitches with the help of your left hand needle and knit them as one. So that is SSK, and knit the remaining last stitch. So with that we have finished doing the first decrease row. So in one decrease row we have decreased 4 stitches, 1 in the very beginning, 2 in the middle and 1 at the very end. Next you are going to turn your work and pull through all the stitches on this side. We are not going to decrease any stitches on this row. So pull through all the stitches. Now turn your work and we are on the 3rd decrease row. So slip the first stitch and then we are going to do knit 2 together. So knit the 2 stitches as one, and then next we are going to knit 11 stitches. Knit 11 and then do 1 SSK, slip, slip, knit. Next we are going to do 1 knit 2 together. Insert your needle through 2 stitches and knit them as one. Next knit 11 stitches. And then we have last 3 stitches remaining. We are going to do SSK and then knit 1. So that is 3rd decrease row. Turn your work and we are going to pull through all the stitches on the wrong side. So after you have finished purling all the stitches on this row, you are going to go ahead and follow these written instructions on your screen. So we are going to decrease 2 more times and then I'm going to meet you once we have completed the decrease rows. So here we have finished doing all the decreases. Total number of stitches right now on my needles is 20 after all the decrease rows. Next we are going to do bind off. So for binding off we are going to slip the first stitch and knit 1. Next you are going to pass the second stitch over the first one. So with your left hand needle you are going to pick up the second stitch and then slip that over the first one to bind off 1 stitch. Next knit 1, again pass the second stitch over the first one, knit 1, pass the second stitch over the first one. So it is a very standard bind off method, but keep in mind you are going to keep the tension quite loose. Don't keep the tension too tight, otherwise you are going to end up with bunched stitches. Now the last stitch remaining, I'm going to knit that and pass the second stitch over the first one. Now you're going to go ahead and snip the yarn and make a knot to secure it. So this is how your work is going to look like once you have finished doing all the decreases and bind off. And then later on we are going to sew up the sides along this edge. So for sewing the edges together, we are going to use a tapestry needle, and you're going to turn your work inside out, and then we will start sewing up the edges. So for joining this, we are going to make use of the edge stitches, which are created by slipping the first stitch. If you look carefully on the very side of your piece, you're going to find these V stitches which runs along the edge. So these are the edge stitches which are obtained by slipping the first stitch on every row. So I'm going to pass the needle through a few times to secure it. And then next we are simply going to pass our needle through both the edge stitches on the sides. I'm going to bring you up close so that you can see clearly. So you're going to pass the needle through both the stitches like so, and you will continue to sew the sides. Here I have finished sewing up the sides. Now I'm going to move on to sew up the top of the mitten. So for sewing the top, you can see these chains that runs along the top. We are going to make use of that. So first you go ahead and finish off the sides by making a knot, and then we'll move on to sewing up the top. So on the top also there are chains that runs along the edge. You're going to insert the needle through both the stitches like so, and continue to sew up the top. Now go ahead and turn your work inside out, and there we have our first mitten. Now follow the same instructions to make another one as well. So here I have finished making both the mittens. Next we are going to make the cords. For making the cord, I'm going to use a 3mm crochet hook, and then I'm going to chain 80 stitches. Next we are going to place these cords on these holes on the bottom that we have created earlier by doing the yarn over. I'm simply using the crochet hook to pass them through. And with that, we have finished making these very cute baby mittens. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial and my instructions were clear enough for you guys to follow. And please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel if you enjoy watching my tutorials. That helps me a lot. Till then, I will see you next time. Bye bye and take care.